Right, hello everybody. Oh shit. Alright. Everything is fine. Alright, so I was going to make a video of it, but since I have a bit of free time right now, okay. But since I have some free time right now, I'm actually going to just stream it. So yeah, right now I'm going to. What's up, Alden Rin? Welcome to the stream. I got here so early. Thank you for that. Also, please like the stream because it would help it get a bit further. Right, so right now I'm going to be drawing Spongebob as all of these characters, and then maybe we can get around it later. So I'm gonna draw it as Invader Zim, Hey Arnold, Hasbin Hotel, Random Dragon from Dragons, Codename Kids Next Door. I don't think anyone here probably seen that except for me. It's a pretty old show. And Wonder Over Yonder. That show was peak. It was legendary. Anyways, well, actually, Invader Zim was more legendary. Sup, Maddie True? Welcome to the stream. Alright, anyways, let's get back to this, and let's try to draw SpongeBob in Invader Zim style. Alright, so what I'm thinking is, I don't know which part would be like where. Alright, so as you can see, like with Invader Zim style, everything is very, very pointy. So, how is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. Now, I'm not actually going to draw Zim, believe it or not. I'm not going to draw Zim like really colored. I'm just going to draw like SpongeBob like in his uniform and what he would usually wear, but just in the Invader Zim universe. So yeah, hopefully that clears everything up. And so let's do that here, then just do this like so, and like this. Alright, so let's have his arm. A bit too thick for Invader Zim. Alright, so I bought myself 3 monsters. Energy drinks? It's okay, I'm a bit tired right now. Alright. So, boy, welcome to the stream. Welcome, all of you. Welcome to Maddie True. Welcome, Alden Rin. Alright, so we got all of this here. Right now, I have all of the art styles ready for what I plan to draw with them. Yeah. Alright, anyways, let's draw the feet right now. So, we're just gonna do this. Not quite. Let's just do this, and then have his shoes go kind of like this. I'm caffeinated. That's cool. You know what I learned? I didn't really learn it too recently, but I was surprised when I learned it, because like apparently soda has a lot of caffeine in it. I had no clue. Now, it's probably obvious to like everyone else, but like soda never really made me stay awake more than usual. Never really did any of the stuff that it usually does, so that's why I'm surprised that it does what it did. I don't think I said that right, but you know what I mean. Alright, so anyways, just gonna have these shoes nice and black because SpongeBob's shoes are black. You're gonna also have a hint of red here. Since the background is white, I'll just leave that as is and then just get some blue here. Seen it? Alright, well that's fine. Okay, so can't drink energy drinks. Oh, that sucks. Why can't you? Well, personally, I don't drink it because I don't really like the taste of energy drinks, to be honest. I don't really like the taste of like sports drinks either, like Gatorade I don't really see much of a point in it, but folks like it, so that's perfectly fine. Alright, so just gonna have the arms just go kind of like this. The arms, they don't really scream in Invader Zim style to me, but the rest of the body, it feels like it. Like, I grew up on Invader Zim. I never really saw any of the new episodes as they came out for obvious reasons, but I really enjoyed that show, and I just loved watching it all the time when I was younger. Alright, so let's just have the arms go kind of like this. And since SpongeBob is technically from Earth, let's just give him 4 fingers, because if you guys haven't noticed that Zim actually has only 3 fingers, but all the other humans, I don't know why I said others, Zim isn't human, but all the humans have 4 fingers. So like if Zim invaded in this reality, he would just have 4 fingers, basically. Alright, so there we go. I like how the hands turned out. At least how that hand turned out. Alright, so, anyways. Hopefully you all are doing well, because there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff happening in the world right now, and I think it is just pure insanity. Now, personally, I was actually hoping that because I feel like how they were able to like fit him in the style of all kinds of other stuff, but this is perfectly fine like this, so I don't think any characters actually have a neck, but I'm just going to go ahead and just add a neck on this guy right here. I know I'm stretching his mouth out like the alien, but like he's gonna have his own look to him. Just you wait and see. Alright, so let's give him ears, because this is going to be like him in kind of like a human form. I'm not sure like where exactly, because this is dual streaming to what they call it, shorts. I can't believe I forgot the shorts title, but yeah, it's dual streaming to that. I'm just not sure exactly where the streams auto cropping would show up, so I'm just gonna go with here. And hopefully that's the case. And I'm actually going to give him like the teeth that lots of the normal humans have in the Invader Zim universe, which is like crooked rectangles. So it's kind of like that. Let me see how that would look like that. Yeah, that works. Alright, so let's do that like so, and then just this, and that should give like a little nice tin right there. Alright, so anyways, back to this part at hand. Right, That's more like it. You're still here, just listening. All right, sounds good. All right, so I'm actually going to add some hair to this one right here. Now, I modeled it after like a human character, yet I only looked at him here as a reference. He kind of looks more like Gerd, to be honest, right now, but I'm going to add like more to it. It's this character that always wears like a headband in Invader Zim, and I feel like that could be like a nice tin here to like show. So it's kind of like that. So let's do that. And this could be kind of like his hair in a way. Now, I know in the Spongebob musical, they made him a redhead. I'm not going to do all that. I'm going to just give him some nice yellow hair. He's going to be a blonde. All right, so let's see. Let's make it a little bit crazier. So let's do this, that, and that. And then we're gonna make it black. Alright, so got that. Let's also add this here, this here. I don't think they had like the shine in the eyes every time, but it's just my style and I prefer adding it. So just gonna add that, and then just gonna add this. And so his shirt is white. Let's also add the tie to him because I completely forgot about that. And so let's do this, and that kind of looks like Timmy Turner at the moment. You know, it's been a while since I drew anything on my tablet. I just don't know what to draw. Any shows currently watching? Well, right now on my television, I'm watching Anne, Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know, I don't think Anne was actually in the name of the show, but yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out. It has so much lore to it, and it's just so good. Some people say it's the best TV cartoon ever, and yeah, I can see that. Personally, I'm more of an Invader Zim fan, but this show has way more like plot and stuff. Anyways, I think I'm going to put this into a time lapse and then upload it. Then I'm going to like make like a script of what I want to say for each section, so that would make it like a lot easier for me to complete. Anyways, the shirt is white, but I feel like I'm gonna change it too. But a lot of the Invader Zim characters seem to like to wear trench coats. This show was back in 2002, and trench coats were associated with something very unideal. But that's part of the charm of Invader Zim. So I'm just going to make the shirt just that slightly off-colored so it blends out. Actually, it'll probably be easier just to change the color of the background. Alright, so let's actually go back and go to the background. Alright. Oh, I could color code each background. Pretty good. So let's just make that pink, go back to here, and make it white. Let's make that a darker pink, and then we could change it each time. So let's go ahead and add some red shorts to it. Oh, red shorts, I mean red tie. Go ahead and make that brown right there. For an animated sounds fun. Yeah, that could be a pretty fun thing to draw. I was actually inspired to do this by another creator. I forgot their name, but like I saw that they did something similar, but they drew like Alistair, and I thought that was pretty. I think I might just draw my favorite characters from each anime and make it a speed paint series on the channel, meaning I'll upload the art as a video when I'm done. Alright, that sounds cool. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I noticed the stream lagged a little bit, so I have to keep an eye on it and make sure it's fine. And so let's go to primary. Alright, let's make his skin itself kind of yellow, but still human passing. And let's just add some dimples to it, just to signify like the holes and stuff. And here we have human Spongebob. Folks said that human Spongebob cannot hurt you. Well, this one can. Oh, I forgot to color in 2 of his teeth. There we go, and there we go. Let's just make the headband red on top of that. And here we have human Spongebob. And hopefully you all enjoyed that one. Great Scott. That was loud. Alright, anyways. Should I draw them in my persona art style or to be original, or just draw them how they are? Just in my style. I think you should draw them in your persona style. I think that'd be pretty cool. But you should also add like stuff that would like make the character like your own personally. Like for example, if there's like a villain character, you should have them have like a eye patch or some kind of gun or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. Alright, anyways, let me put this right there. Okay. So I like the look of this one. It's come out pretty good looking. Alright, so let's do the next style, which is Hey Arnold. Alright, so those of you that don't know, Hey Arnold was a show that came out like in the 80s, actually 90s, and it stars these kids in the city just living life and doing their own thing. And like, if you ever seen the show, you will grow to hate this character, and you will probably hate this character. You will definitely hate this character. You will grow annoyed with this character. You will like this character. You will be kind of annoyed with this character. You will hate this character. You will like this character. This is the main character, by the way. This character I like as well. So do I like this character too. What am I saying? What am I doing? Alright, let's get to the subject at hand. Alright, so. Well, that's me getting distracted, folks. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Since the line style is kind of thin on this, let's take it down to 3. Even though I am a fan of thick lines, nice thick lines, but I'm gonna just do that. Usually stay true to the way the character looks. Just add in my persona style. Alright, that sounds good. Alright, so think the most square looking character would be Harold, so I think I'm just going to do him like that. But I'm just going to make it the body build of him. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. See, how do their fists look? Alright, it's kind of like the Y fist. I don't know how to describe it, but you'll know it when you see it. Gonna make this guy end up looking like Wreck-It Ralph, but so anyways, let's do that. Alright, so I'm proud of that arm. I think I mimicked it pretty decently. So let's do that. Let's also add let's go for the belly neck. Excuse me. And that did not look right. So that's better. Alright, so like the world has been so crazy recently. So I hope that everyone is doing well. Because like stuff are going wild. And not in a good way. I remember so there's this anime I started watching called Luck and Logic. And it wants to buy to actually voice the main character in this one, so I'm gonna start with that character. That sounds pretty cool. And I am so glad that like Nate is branching out to do like so many like other projects. I'm proud of him for that. Alright, so let's see. I think I may have made the Y a little bit too Y, so I should have made it like into a T. Yeah, this works a little bit better. Alright, so we have that. Let's do that and focus on his legs now. Let's just give him like a slight stomach. It doesn't have to be too much. Excuse me. Alright, anyways, where was I? Alright, so let's do that. Let's put this here. Alright, so we got all of that right there. You know what? Let's just go with it. This is fine. Alright, so let's just do that. Since this character is wearing socks, I'll just model it kind of like after that. So let's actually erase this part right here. Logic is kind of old, not like 90s, but I just got into this one. Alright. Let's see. An old anime that I forget if that was the first ever anime I watched or if Pokemon was the first anime. But I remember one of the first animes I ever watched was actually an anime called Teen Titans. It started these super powered people who just lived in this tower that was shaped like a T, and they just managed to just save the world whenever they could, and I thought that was pretty neat. So let's just do that. I don't have like a clear look of how the hand looks on the inside, so I'm just guesstimating right here. I'm making like an off-brand spatula right here. This character actually ends up being a butcher, so it's not too far off from the job that Spongebob has. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, let's see here. Like I said, this is a pretty old cartoon. I don't think any of you have seen it, most likely, if anything. But yeah, hopefully you did. It was pretty good, so y'all should check it out if you can. There's not really a square-headed character here, but they have all of these weird shaped heads. So I think I'm actually going to make the head kind of like football shaped, because these two have it. That one has a triangular head. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And so let's do that, and I have so many animes I like, so this is gonna take me a while to draw the characters I like. Yeah. That reminds me, I've been meaning to like make an edit of Dr. Stone, or at least do like a little tin about it. But I haven't got around to it just yet. See, right now, he kind of looks creepy like that. but once I add some of the features, it'll be fine. Alright, so none of these guys like have irises, so it's just gonna be black for today. For this one here. Since he has a big nose, let's also give this character like a big nose right here. It is Spongebob. My robot voice seems to be active. Oh, good, it stopped. But yeah, it's just an off-brand Spongebob. See? Drew Spongebob in a version of Invasion. And I also plan on drawing a version of Spongebob in many, many other characters. Alright, so for now, let's actually change the background of how this looks. So welcome to the stream, Carl. Alright, so let's actually change the background to blue for this one. Oh, it's changed the color of the teeth already. Alright. Some of the characters have like yellow looking teeth. So I think I'm just going to make SpongeBob's eyes yellow. Because no one really has that much of a yellow skin here. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that here. Make it yellow. Then I really should have this in like the... It's too late now. It's not too late, but I just can't be bothered. Alright, so we're gonna just make this kind of pink. Pale pink. So that's about right for like most of the characters' colors. So this is kind of like a SpongeBob OC. It's looking all kinds of messed up, but we all think it's kind of like funny in a horrific kind of way. I personally feel like this SpongeBob would be a little bit more slobbily. That's just my opinion of it, so I think I'll just have like the tie go kind of like this. I have like the tie be like untied, so it's kind of like this. On one end, and then this on the other. And have some red go here too. And let's also add some dark stains to it. And not quite. Let's do this a bit darker, a bit this color. And then do this. See, this is like the grief. This just comes off of like the burgers and stuff that he flips. Like, if y'all have seen SpongeBob, we can see like how filthy SpongeBob is. Like, if he wasn't like a cartoon character, he would be visited by the health department all the time, probably locked up. All right, so we got all of that. Let's do some of this right here. Probably too much, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and make his pants nice and brown like before. Since I'm drawing the anime characters in my cinema style, there's gonna be most likely a bunch of new OCs since I might keep the designs of them. Sounds pretty good, Maddie too. I cannot wait to see it when you are done. In fact, since it's going to be a lot, I think that you should like post them like one at a time or maybe two at a time, and I think that'd be pretty good because like then you could just post all of them again together. So let's just do that for that, and then make this red. I hope you all think this guy is like kind of creepy, because that's kind of what I'm going for. Like just a creepy SpongeBob character. You know what? Eugene doesn't have eyebrows. This guy's not having eyebrows either. He got his eyebrow privileges revoked. Alright, so we got that, and then I'll just do with a spatula a generic gray color. Now we have SpongeBob in that style, and then if I still have a decent amount of time, then maybe I'll go back and do Patrick as well. Just a maybe. Excuse me. I'm doing one at a time since I'm going to be slow at getting them all finished. Alright, that sounds good. Now, in case you haven't seen Hazbin Hotel, it's this cool... It originally began as an indie animated pilot, but then it went to Amazon. And basically, like with the character designs, each one of them is skinny and slender, except for this one right here. I'm gonna make it slender because, like, that just makes more sense right here. So we're just gonna do this, and I'm also going to take the liberty of trying to make SpongeBob a bit more horrifying. Alright, so alright, I already read that. That is good. Alright, so let's go ahead and go here. These also have kind of thin lines, so I guess I'm gonna just go over thin again for number 3. So I guess SpongeBob is basically gonna be a sinner. Just died from a sponge because Vox died from a TV falling on his head. Alright, so this one's going to probably be the most difficult one because I'm not really copying the style of any of them. I'm just having some fun with it. Ooh, I like that eyebrow. So we're gonna do that. Do this. Since Spongebob has like 3 eyelashes on each eye, we're just gonna incorporate that here. Alright, so let's do this. This. And that. They're probably more to the style than just spooky skinny man, but that's kind of basically what's going to happen for the most part here. But one thing I like about this style is most of the characters don't seem to have a nose, and I don't really care for drawing noses. Alright, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. And so let's go like that and like that. And I feel like making his eyes inversed would probably be like a cool effect. So I'm going to basically do that. Do that. Make it black. Make it black. Then it's gonna look kind of like that. It kind of looks like a 10 from Undertale. I don't know. It just gives Undertale's vibes like Sans. I'm not gonna make him a skeleton or anything like that, but I'm just saying. Alright, so we're gonna do that. Let's give one big sharp tooth in the middle. Actually, before that, he's gonna be yellow. The teeth. In the teeth. Alright, so gonna do that. Just gonna quickly redo this because that part got all messy and stuff. Alright, luckily there's not too much chattage going on because I haven't been paying too much attention to the chat. But luckily I'm all caught up on the messages right now, so that's good. Alright, so just based on the smile alone, I feel like Alistair would probably be this guy's best friend. Alright, so let's just connect the mouth up to right here. Sup, Planter, welcome to the stream. Bayes, Noit. Sounds German. Alright, so just drawing that I'm still here. Alright, that's good to know. Yeah, if you're watching this or watching this in the background, that is just fine. I'm just happy that you're here in any way. So we have all of that right here, and I feel like we can have a nice little pattern here. So I'm thinking like maybe horns, but like in the shape of an anchor. Boy, I forgot how an anchor looked, but I remember it vaguely. I got the gist of it. Let's just have like 2 points on it. Pretty good when it comes to making these like horror items right here. It looks like there's just an anchor on his head, and that's just not gonna do. So let's just add this here and this here. And so I gotta remember, go by trays, do that here, this here. Alright, so it still doesn't look like they're horns, but at least it looks attached to him. So that works, I suppose. Let's just see how it would look like this. And so like that. I like this design the most. So I'm gonna go with that. Beanie, welcome to the stream. Right now I'm drawing Spongebob. I drew Spongebob 2 other times. This is Spongebob in the form of in the style of Hey Arnold. Basically drawing it where they would basically look like characters from within the universe that I'm drawing it. Rather than like just a combination of it, just just drawing it like as the characters would look. Basically, and I remember how that looks, so that's fine there. I got to go eat dinner. I'll continue drawing when I'm back. I might try to go live. Alright, sounds good, Maddie Drew. Hope you enjoy your dinner. Bye-bye. Alright, so we're gonna put him in a fancy suit too. Let's also give him kind of fins to see how that would look. That one looks way better than the one on the left, so let's go ahead and fix that. Shall we? Then I gotta use like somewhat of a muted color for his skin, because like the only vibrant color here is red and I guess yellow. But yellow doesn't really seem to be consistent with the face here. I'll probably make it kind of dark yellow like Alice's teeth. That could work pretty fine. So let's see. This guy has a normal suit. The suit is... Sorry about that. So let's do this. Go here. Go here. So let's just see how thin I can make that. Where was it? Here we are. Just gonna make the background color the same as that.